Hello, 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 all of my fellow goblin friends. It's Barnacle here, and it's time for our big Monster Goblin build. We're going to build a big Monster Gaming PC, and in this video, I'm basically going to just show you all the parts that I'm going to be using in the new PC. So I've built two PCs in the past. This will be my third one, but I've never built a top end or high end PC before. It's always been like, 970, 1060. Right now, the one I have is a 2070 Super, but all I've done is basically change the graphics card over time, but the motherboard and the RAM and CPU and all that stuff has been the same. It's an i7 6700K, but this one is gonna be seriously a beast. So before we get into all the parts, let's do this real quick. All right. So let's see what we can find. I guess we'll do some. Should we do some unboxing or? I don't know. We're just gonna use this one view, this overhead view on the camera, so it's not gonna be necessarily for everyone, and the view's probably not gonna be that great on everything, but it will give you an idea of what I'm doing, and then I will basically show you the end product when we get there, and we'll probably do some benchmarks, maybe see how everything goes, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. So the first thing we got going on is, why did they put a sticker on this thing? Well, it's got a big, giant, nasty sticker on it. But it is this guy. Guess we'll have to put it over here because for some reason there's a light right here. Overhead light. So put it over here. It's the ROG Strix Z790E gaming Wi-Fi motherboard. This will be the guts of our PC. So let's see. I guess let's open them up. What did I do with my knife? I lost it because I was playing with it. It's over here. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in here. Asus. There we go. So, FYI, none of these parts were donated, so I'm not that big of a channel. I'm a just starting out baby channel. I don't know what this is. I don't think there's anything in here. There's something in here. Let's see. Ow. Try not to destroy it too much. I don't think they make these things open easy. Alright, well, I'll open it later. This thing is kind of heavy, though. Wow, it's heavy for a mother. It's a heavy motherboard. Close this up real quick. And see if we can get a better look of it inside here. Maybe I should do an ASMR computer build. Anyway, here it is. Here's what she looks like. So we got the right here, the light up ROG logo. We got all of this heat sync for the VRAM. This is a Z790 board, so obviously we're using an Intel chip. 4 DDR5 bays, slots, whatever they are. We're just using 2 of them. This one right here, which is probably hard to see because the board's all black. We're kind of going to go with sort of a white and black theme. So a little bit of white, a little bit of black, off and on. We'll see what happens there. But anyway, this right under my finger here is the PCIe, no, the M.2 Gen 5 heatsink right here. Right next to it is the PCIe slot for PCIe 5, I guess. So Gen, whatever, PCIe 5 GPUs or whatever, that I guess gives us a little bit of future proofing. But that's where our GPU will be going. We will not be using this M.2 slot here because I don't have any Gen 5 SSDs because I didn't want to use them first. So I'm going to leave this. I could still put the Gen 4 one here, but I'm going to leave this available for when Gen 5 SSDs become like they're stable and they're tested and all that stuff. So there is room for 4 other Gen 4 M.2s in here, so we're going to be using 2 of them. And then there's room on this board. Hopefully the graphics card will fit here, and it will still give me enough room to place in these other 2 slots my 4K 60 capture card, right, for the Xbox and the PlayStation. And then this bottom one is where I hope to put the capture card for the extra cameras, right? So hopefully that'll all work. Hopefully it'll fit in there. We'll see. But everything else on the board, pretty standard. It has this little button release for the graphics card thing, so you don't have to try to get a screwdriver or something in here and release it. So that is a bonus. It has a start button on here if you wanted to do sort of an out-of-the-box test. Right there, error codes up here, and then AIO, pump, header, and stuff like that on the top of the board. So all of that stuff's on there. So it's a pretty beastie board. I will put all of the links to everything in the description below this video, so you guys can check all of that stuff out. Oh yeah, here's the I/O back here. Ugh. So it has HDMI and a DisplayPort connection if you had onboard video, but I got the KF chip, so it doesn't have onboard video. It has 10 USB 3. Well, you know, some are 3.1 and some are 3.2, and then there's 2 USB-Cs right here. It has the BIOS and CMOS button up here. It has Wi-Fi, and then it also has a pretty nice audio chipset too. I forget what it is, a 44680 or something like that. So I'm just trying to put this back in here. Of course, nothing ever goes to plan. So I was planning on this being a short video, but if I'm going to talk about everything, it's going to take longer. So that's the problem with my videos, right? My videos are always longer because I like to talk. I talk too much. So anyway, this is the motherboard. ROG Strix Z790E Gaming Wi-Fi. Alright, so that's that. And what's the next thing you would put on the motherboard? Would probably be the CPU, I guess. And the CPU we're going with, Again, they put this nice sticker right on the front here. So that's super annoying. This one's easier to come out. Alright. ASMR again. Right? Anyway, here's what we're going with. The Core i9. My finger's over the thing. 13900KF LGA 1700. So the KF, the F is just, all that means is no onboard graphics. So for gaming and having a gaming GPU, you don't really need the onboard graphics. Now, I didn't really realize, though, with video editing and stuff, that the programs can actually utilize onboard graphics. So, I don't know, maybe the K would have been a better version. But this was a little bit cheaper, so I went with this. So, there it is right in there. Probably will not be able to focus on that. Maybe. But, super exciting. i9-13900KF processor from Intel. So, we got the Strix board from ROG, Asus. We got the i9. And then after that, we would probably put in our RAM, right? Our RAM. We got to put our RAM in here. Now for that, we are going with, I have no idea. 64 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance RGB DDR5 6400. It actually says megahertz, but it's really not megahertz, right? But Vengeance RGB. I thought I was getting Dominator, but I got Vengeance. So this is 2 sticks of 32 gigabytes. So we'll be running 64 gigabytes of DDR5 6400 RAM. Also, it says down there at the bottom, Intel XMP ready, and it works with iCUE, which you may notice a theme that most of these parts coming up will be Corsair parts. Alright, so we got the 64 gigabytes RAM, the i9's 13900KF, the ROG motherboard, and then what comes after? What's after that? Let's open this box. Oh, yeah. This one, anything else in there? This one we're rocking. Let me take the stickers off of here. Okay. It's weird that they put a sticker on every single one of these. I think one would have sufficed. But anyway, we're rocking 2 Samsung 980 Pros, PCI 4.0 NVMe M.2 SSDs, 2 terabytes each. So I also have a 1 terabyte 970 Evo that I may use for the, I don't know if I should use this one or if I should use the 970 Evo, which is only 1 terabyte for the Windows drive, and then use these 2 as like a scratch disk and a storage drive. I don't know. I mean, this is really all I need, right? So 2 980 Pros. These were on an amazing deal. I think they're still on sale. I think they're like $129 a piece for 2 terabytes of 980 Pro Samsung, which is, I think it's 7,000 speed. Does it say on here what the speed is? Like the read-write speed? I think I read somewhere it was 7,000 or something. But anyway, you guys can look that up. But we got 2 of them. So a total of 4 terabytes. A little overkill maybe, but right, this is the sort of the monster build, right? So we got that. Then we got to power our. Oh God, it's so heavy. To power the whole thing, we are going with this guy. This is the MSI MAG A1000G PCIe 5 1000 watt power supply. Total power excursion up to 2 times. GPU power excursion up to 3 times. ATX 3.0 compatible. PCIe 5.0 ready. What this means is this MSI board or MSI power supply actually comes with, I mean, it'll be hard for you guys to see, but right here, this cord right here is the 600 watt 16 pin to 16 pin connector for the graphics card, so we don't have to use like a splitter, right? So this is 1000 watts, rated 80 plus gold. Could have gone a little higher, maybe 1200 or 1350 or something. You don't need it. I mean, right, the recommended is 850 watts, right? So this is 1000 watts. Gives us some headroom with everything else that we have included. The chip is kind of hungry. I think the chip could be up to 260 watts or 290 watts or something like that. The GPU we're using is something like 400 watts, I think. And then, of course, the AIO cooler and all the fans and everything else that we have going on there. So this is what we got. This looks pretty good. Fully modular, obviously, right? I've never had anything, obviously, that was this nice. I mean, it seems nice to me. Really, the only reason I'm not going with the Corsair power supply is I couldn't get one fast enough to do the build this weekend. So, there you go. That will power our whole system. MSI power supply. And then to cool the CPU, I'm going with this guy here. The Corsair iQ H150i Elite LCD XT 360mm radiator with 3 120 SP120 fans. I think they're SP120s. Oh no, these are AF120s. 3 AF120 RGB fans with the LCD display for, I mean, you can pretty much put whatever you want on there, but mostly so we can directly see the CPU temperature, which will be probably pretty hot. I understand the 13900Ks run pretty high, and depending on airflow and all that stuff. So it'll be nice to play around with this LCD thing. Is this needed? No. I think you could have went, like, even if you wanted to stay with Corsair, you could have went with the Capella edition, the 360mm Capella one, for like $100 cheaper. So I'm paying $100 extra just for this LCD screen. I think both of these boards, or whatever you want to call them, coolers, are identical, except for this LCD screen. So I'm paying basically $100 for that. Not a great move, not financially sound move to make, but what the hell? This is the biggest computer I've ever built in my life, and the most expensive one, so might as well go all out. super chilled. The IQ H150i Elite LCD XT Extreme Performance 360mm LCD liquid CPU cooler. So that will hopefully be keeping the CPU as cool as possible. I mean, I don't know which coolers are the best in the market because I haven't really done research on that. I also bought an extra, right? AF120 RGB Elite fan to match all the rest of them. Except for this one is white. So I may replace, I may go black, white, black on the fans for the cooler. Although I probably won't because actually, so the case I'm using, and I don't think I can really show. Let me pause real quick. All right, so here it is. So I can't really show it very well, but this is the Corsair 4000D RGB airflow. So, right, you got the inside here. You can sort of tell from this angle, right? It comes with 3 RGB fans in the front. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these 3 RGB fans in the front, these white ones. I'm going to put the 360mm radiator here in its place with the fans on the outside. So the fans will be sucking in air through the radiator into the case. I will, because it won't fit in the top, right? It only will fit up to a 280mm in the top of this case. And I don't think that's enough to cool the 13900K. So we'll be putting one outtake fan in the back, a 120, and then because there's 3, I think I bought the extra one because I thought I was going to need it, but I'm going to take these 3 fans, put 2 up here, and then the one in the back, all exhaust. So it's going to exhaust out the back, exhaust out the top of this airflow case. I am considering push-pull on the radiator and see if we need that. That's another option, right? So we may just do push-pull with one fan right now in the back, and then I don't know, I haven't decided yet. So this is the top view. It's like way too close to the camera, but you can see all of this, or not the top, but the front view of the case. So this is the front view with all of these holes. So it's a metal cover instead of like a tempered glass cover or just a solid panel or whatever where the air comes in from the sides. This one is completely open with a mesh on the inside covering those 3 fans, and those 3 fans are all RGB. So that's what I'm going to do with my fans. I'm going to put my fans on this side of the radiator so that we can see the RGB coming out the front. Now, again, I could put the other 3 on the back in a pull situation, and then that could be an option, but we'll go to the top here real quick, and you can see the top is completely meshed as well. So it has all these little holes. Did I say mesh? I mean, it's kind of like mesh, right? But it's perforated on top with a mesh. Oh, this is actually a removable mesh. That's what this is now, I remember. So this is like a dust cover. Sorry. That's a little annoying. Oh no. Don't rip off the peel. We need that for later. That's supposed to be our last thing that we do. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. Anyway, you can see that this is removable. Magnetic. Right? So it's removable mesh. and then you have all this perforation here for exhaust, right? And then the mesh here just basically will keep anything from blowing in. And then plus, of course, if you were to put a radiator up here, you would still typically do exhaust, right? So anyway, there's that. And then front panel connectors here. We got a power supply. We got a 3.2, I don't know, what is it called? This one here, right? This first one. It's not just a 3.1, right? 3.1 times 2 or whatever. So anyway, you could get this one to do 20 gigabyte transfer speeds. And then there's also one on the motherboard, right, that does 20 gigabyte transfer speeds. And then this is Type C, USB Type C, and then your headphone jack here. That's all that's in the front. But with basically 10 USBs in the back on the motherboard, I don't really think we need any more in the front. And then you have your power supply, but no, oh yeah, this must be resub on this side. So that's the case we're going to be using. I'm hoping for some good luck with it, which I think there should be. So I think that's everything for the PC. I will show you a couple extra things that I'm adding that are not directly related to the PC, but that I decided to add to this whole build process is, I don't know why it's so hard to grab. I was really considering going with a Synology NAS, right? For all my video storage. They're considerably expensive, right? But they are pretty much the best entry level user entry for network storage, right? So for me, if you wanted a media station or whatever it is, but I decided instead to go with this, the Mediasonic USB 3.0 4-bay enclosure, the Pro Box. This is the HF2 SU3 S3. SU3S3 Pro Box. So this is a 4-bay. This is basically just like a hard disk drive enclosure, right? I could have put them inside the PC. I didn't really think about that so much, right? But we could have used the two drives in the hard drive bay. But I need that. I'm taking the hard drive bays out of the case because I want that space for cable management, cable storage, whatever. But so this attaches either by eSATA, right, or by USB 3.0, right? Because obviously right here USB 3.0. So 3.0, it's fast enough, right? 6 gig. It's 6 gigabytes with the SATA, or 3 gig, or it's 5 gigabytes with the USB 3.0 transfer speed, right? Says works with Windows 7, 8.1, Windows 10, and Mac. Obviously works with Windows 11 too. But it's this is their 2022 edition. So there was the original model of this. I don't know what they changed, honestly, but it has a removable fan in the back. So in case the fan dies, you can get to the fan and put a new one. And it has 4 bays, right? So basically what we're going to be doing is running just like a NAS. So we're going to be running a RAID situation. You can't do RAID with Windows 11. Where'd my knife go again? You can't do RAID with Windows 11. You have to do. You have to use Windows Storage Solutions or something like that, and basically set up a. Seriously, I can't find this thing. And then you set it up in there, basically. So my plan is to. I'm just using 2 drives now, because honestly, I was pretty much at my entire limit of expense. Right. So did I really need to buy this? No, but that way it's going to take all of this video data and extra video storage and stuff that I don't really need inside the PC, and get it out of there and put it in an external external hard drive bay, right? So these are pretty nice. I was planning on going with man, sorry, man. I've been talking too much. This is like my 3rd video in a row. So, yeah, I was planning on going with 6 terabyte, 2 or 4 of them to give me a total of 24. Well, to give me a total of 12 usable gigabytes of storage, or terabytes, right? 12 terabytes of storage. So, but I couldn't get 4 of them. So then I was like, well, do I only want to get 2? Well, I really had the money for 4, right? So they were $139 a piece, the hard drives. So that would have been, whatever that comes to, $520 or something. So, or $560, whatever it is. So they only had 2 for me to get them today, right? So have them by today. So 10s were crazy expensive for some reason. I couldn't find any 8s that were readily available, right? They were all like a week out or something like that. But I was able to find 12s. So here's one, and here's the other one, right? So this is the Seagate 12 terabyte Iron Wolf. Basically, these are NAS drives, right? They're designed for NAS. So hopefully they work okay. These have high write speeds too. I don't really remember what they are, but you can look them up. But so these are the Iron Wolf's hard disk drives, right? 12 terabytes each. So, and these were $189 a piece. So I got 2 of these for less than $400, right? $380. So I saved money. I mean, I still spent money, but I saved money by not getting 4 6s, which would have been $560. So it would have been $160 more than this. I could have just got the 2 6s, and then I would have saved money over this, because that would have only cost me $240 as compared to $390 or $380. But now I'm still getting 12 terabytes of usable storage, right? Because this will be basically like a RAID configuration, right? So everything on here will be duplicated on here, right? And because this is only 2 drives, I'm still able to put in 2 more 12 terabytes in the future if I need them, or when I have money or whatever I want to do, and have a total of 24 usable terabytes of storage duplicated, right? So never lose anything. Now, of course, I can always change the configuration, and if I feel like I don't really need duplication of my data, I mean, if it gets lost, it gets lost. I don't really care. Like, it depends on how big of a deal that is. Then I would just have 24 terabytes of just storage. So that's fine too, right? So that's what we're going to be doing with the hard drive enclosure. Yes, I could have put both of these in the case, because I think there's room for 3 of this type of hard in the actual case. So, but again, I don't really want to use that. And then I could have just got a couple SSDs, right? Not M.2s, but just regular SSD drives, and put that inside the case as storage. But because this is really just long-term storage, and I'm just going to be moving everything out of the case and into this storage space, I think this is a better way to go. I don't know. We'll revisit it over the next year and see how everything goes. So, here's my mouse that I'm using. Kind of a Razer fanboy, but did not go with any Razer products in this build. I was going to get the Razer, what is it, like Tomahawk case or something like that. And they also have the Razer branded Lee case. I was going to go with that, but I didn't really want to necessarily spend the extra money on the Razer stuff. But I am pretty much a Razer fanboy. So I have this, what is this, Black Widow V? Oh no, this, the keyboard is. I forgot which one this is. Is this Black Widow? What does it say? It used to say actually right on the bottom of the mouse. But anyway, I got this one with it's wireless, so it has the dock. This is a V3, I think. Alright, I don't know. Now I feel like an idiot, but so it has a wireless dock, so it's a wireless mouse. And then also I got this. Oh yeah, this is the Black. So this is the Black Widow mini keyboard. So it's like whatever it is, 60% keyboard, so it doesn't have the number keys or anything like that. So this is the Black Widow version 3. Case or keyboard, right? So this is wireless too, has USB-C charging or whatever. So I have that. This is maybe this is Basilisk. Is this Basilisk? I don't freaking know. Whatever it is, I'll put it in the description below the video. All right, so that's everything that we're going to be putting in the case. So we'll see how that all goes, and I will let you guys check everything out with me when we start running some tests and stuff online, and we'll see how that all goes. And then the next video will be sort of the build video. That will probably be a disaster of a video, but we'll see how that goes. I probably will raise the camera up a little bit so we can have a better view inside the case. But this is really the only view I'm going to use. I don't really have enough space in this room where I'm doing this build to actually set up the other cameras. So it's not going to be the best computer build video. Again, this was probably not the best unboxing video either for most people. But that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing on this channel. That's what this Goblin's able to handle this at this time. So we got to do with what we got to do with. So, yeah, all right. I hope you guys are liking this video. I hope you guys enjoy the build. And then we get to see what kind of content we can produce and what kind of FPS and stuff we can get in some of these games. Thinking about downloading possibly Hogwarts Legacy. I have Cyberpunk, right? I have Cyberpunk already, so we'll be able to use that. I could download Hogwarts Legacy, and then I also have Diablo. I don't really know. I haven't played Diablo at all, but it actually... Oh! You guys, seriously? I almost forgot the most important part of the whole build. You guys didn't even tell me anything. I was saving it for last, but then I literally almost ended the video. Ugh! And I almost just stabbed myself in the eye. This is our GPU. So, we are going with the MSI Gaming Trio DLS3 Ray Tracing Reflex Studio RTX 4090, GeForce RTX 4090 with the 3 fans. I'm so excited about this. I couldn't wait. I also got this on a pretty good deal. Like, I kind of waited, right? Like, so sucks to be all you guys that had to pay like scalping prices. No offense, but I was able to get this. I don't know what MSRP is. MSRP is $15.99, I think, for the 4090s. I got this for $16.49, brand new. Could I have gone used? Yes, of course. I could have went on the used market. Is there 4090s on the used market? I don't even know because they're super hard to get. Easier now. All the GPU prices have calmed down. The 4070 Ti is released, right? The 4060 is coming out next week or in 2 weeks or whatever. So there's lots of 4000 series choices, right? But again, as I alluded to or spoke about in the beginning of this video, I've never had anything better than a 70 edition card, right? So I had a 970, a 1060, and then the 2070 Super. So I never had like a 1080 Ti or a Titan or a 3090, or I never even had a 30 series card at all. So I'm jumping up from a 2070 Super to this 4090. So we got this big beast of a graphics card in the Airflow Corsair case with the Asus ROG motherboard, the Strix motherboard, the Z790 chipset instead of the Z690 or whatever it is. So that was more expensive too. Not sure necessarily needed, but again, it gives me the option to do whatever I need to do. So productivity, for gaming, right? The 7950 X3D AMD card is faster, right? Faster for gaming, probably, or whatever. That's the chip. The CPU, right? So better for gaming, that CPU than the 13900K, right? It's faster, it's got better performance for games. But because I also do a lot of productivity and I work from home, right? I'll be able to do all of that stuff with the i9-13900K and this 4090 graphics card that I almost forgot to show you guys. How bad of a video would that be if we didn't even get to this, basically the star of the show, right? Brand new. Great deal. I feel like it's a great deal. $16.49 or whatever I paid. Compared to they were like $2,500 a year ago or whatever, right? So I'm happy that I got this for the price that I got it on. I mean, you can get them all now, right? You can get most of these 4090s for around that price. $16.49, $16.99, depending on which one you get. So I think that's probably a good price. 64 gigabytes of RAM, overkill again, but for productivity, will probably help. We got the MSI ATX 3.0 PCI 5 1000 watt PSU power supply. And we got the two 980s for storage, and I think we are good to go. So, I am going to start working on I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow morning to do the actual build video, and then I'm going to just upload this video now. So, it is Friday, June 16th at 10:35 p.m. in the eastern United States. So, the video probably, by the time it's done rendering and uploading on YouTube, will probably not be available until the morning, but I will get the build video out. If everything goes okay, hopefully I'll get that out tomorrow as well, Saturday afternoon. And then Saturday evening, I'll work on doing some Cinebench testing and all that stuff to see what kind of FPS and stuff we're getting in games. So I've never even played a game with ray tracing, right? I've always turned off ray tracing and those kind of features because basically all the graphics cards I ever had, they can't really take advantage of those kind of things. So it'll be interesting to see when we put on some DLSS 3 performance mode, right? We turn on ray tracing, we do all that stuff. We play some Cyberpunk at ultra, at even at locked at 60 FPS. Will be fine with me instead of getting more like 38, 40 FPS. But I think we could probably, maybe with DLS3, maybe frame generation, whatever, if we can get somewhere up to 100 FPS with this, that should be pretty amazing too, right? So then, same with Hogwarts Legacy. I understand that's super graphics intensive. So the problem with this card and the CPUs, they can't really keep up with them. So we'll probably have some CPU bottlenecking for these cards, right? So instead of potentially running at 99%, we'll probably see it in some of these games running at only 80-something% because of CPU bottlenecking. So, yeah, but we'll check all that out. And again, sorry that I almost left that out. And then also I talked for an extra 10 minutes. That's sort of annoying for some people, I know, but that's me. I like to talk. So just like I play my video games, I like to go run around and play super slow and look in every trash can and behind every closet and whatever for all the loots. That's not the way that some people like to play. Some people like to play fast. Just do the story and do all that. I like to do all the side quests. So I lose a lot of viewership because of that, but then I also gain people that are in that same mindset. So there you go. All right. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.